the weekend, and I've got huge but also weird news about Slipknot, plus my top 5 favorite new metal albums that got released this weekend. Welcome, metalheads. I'm the host of Heavy Metal Philosophy and writer for Metal Digest, John Barbas. It's the weekend, it's top 5 time, and also at the end of the episode, I'll bring you my favorite album art of the week, and this week it's a super weird one that you won't want to miss. But before we do the top 5 best new metal albums, let's talk about the big releases and the big news. First up, we got a new record from the UK's Godflesh. The name of the album is Purge, and this is some experimental industrial. Y'all know I like it weird, and this is weird. Also, we got a new album from Scar Symmetry. It's called The Singularity Phase 2, The Xenotaph. This is melodic death metal from Sweden. Y'all know Sweden knows how to do melodic death metal, and you know Scar Symmetry does. Check it out. Alright, and here's that big but also weird news from Slipknot. We got a surprise EP drop on us this week. It's called Adderall. I wasn't expecting any new Slipknot. They haven't announced any new music, but here we go. We got a new EP of music, and here's the weird part. It's on Roadrunner Records. With the end so far, that was their last album for their contract with Roadrunner. And it's well documented that they were unhappy with their contract with Roadrunner. So why are they putting out another record on Roadrunner? I want to know. Did they sign a new deal, one that's more favorable? Did they go, maybe it's better the devil you know? Slipknot, let me know what's going on. You ready for some new metal? Because it's top 5 time. Coming in at number 5, we've got All Life Ends, which is a fantastic band name. The name of the album is Miscreation. They're from Sweden, and this is listed as death metal and metalcore. I don't know about that, y'all. And if it's death metal and metalcore, wouldn't that make it deathcore? Nope, definitely not. When you listen to this, it doesn't sound anything like deathcore. It sounds like straight up death metal. There's none of that, high BPM, modern metalcore, but it has, the monster vocals that you're used to with deathcore. This sounds like straight up death metal, and it's a little bit modern, so is that why they listed it as metalcore? I disagree. I think it's just death metal. Whatever it is good, and you should check it out. Coming in at number 4, it's Vortex with The Future Remains in Oblivion. This band is from Canada, and this is melodic death metal. I love this one because it sounds to me like if Lorna Shore learned how to take their time. It's not 300 BPM. It's not a million notes a second with just the orchestra providing melody, because it's just a flurry of notes coming from the band. They really let it breathe. But then also you've got these great monster vocals. Melodic death metal from Canada. Yeah. Coming in at number 3, we've got Legion of the Damned with The Poison Chalice. Coming from the Netherlands, this is some really thrashy death. Or is it deathy thrash? I'm not sure. It's fast, it's aggressive, it's got a hint of blackened on there. Evil. I like it like that. You'll like it too if you check it out. Coming in at number 2, we've got Quasar. Or is it Quasar? I'm very unsure of the pronunciation. Text is on the screen so you can easily see it, and every band's Bandcamp link will be in the description so you could find it. The name of the album is Hybrid Power, and this is thrash metal from Paraguay. This is awesome, y'all. Super heavy, little hints of evil on there, false chord screams, guitar solos ripping all over the place. That's that shit I like. And hey, before we do number 1, I just want to say, if you love metal the way that I love metal, then you're in the right place, and you should join the Heavy Metal Philosophy community. We do it exclusively on YouTube every weekend, breaking down the best new metal albums that get released, and then podcast every Tuesday on all platforms, breaking down the philosophical underpinnings and happenings of the metal community. You know you want it. Hit those buttons. Now let's do number 1. Coming in at number 1 from Denmark, we've got Avarice with their self-titled new album, Avarice, obviously. This is melodic death metal, and I love this because of how heavy it is. This isn't that melodic death metal where sometimes they scream and then most of the time it's a lot of clean singing. This is brutal vocals all the time. Love it like that. The melody just comes from the guitars, which are also super heavy. I like it heavy. That's why it's number 1. You make something really, really heavy, I'm gonna love it. We're gonna make it number 1. Shout it out here on Heavy Metal Philosophy. We're not done yet. Now let's talk about this week's super weird album art of the week. This week's album art of the week comes from the most subversive Christian metal band I've ever seen in my life. This is super weird, and because it's so weird, I love it. And I just wanted to shout it out. The name of the band is Cancer Christ. The name of the album is Satan is a Bitch. And did I say that right? Is it like, yo, Satan's a bitch? Or is it like, Satan's a bitch? You know, like, where you put the enunciation on bitch is really gonna put forth what they're trying to say here. But anyway, this is like some real punky, really gory metal, like real stripped down. Look at the blood all over this chick. I read up on the band, they like to shoot blood on people in their shows and have flamethrowers, and apparently it's to worship Jesus. Maybe I wouldn't have lost my religion if my church would have got down like that. I don't know. But I know this art is very striking. It stood out from the rest of the album covers this week. The band's story definitely does. So I wanted to talk about it. Tell me what you think. Is this too weird? Is this blasphemy? Is it awesome? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the other bands. Give me your theories about why Slipknot put out another record with Roadrunner. But most importantly, read philosophy, listen to metal. I love you.